Well, that just happened. And I didn't even have enough time to fucking cry about it. What happened, and I'm still suffering through the shock of it. And of course, full spoilers ahead for Season 2, Episode 22 of The Flash, which is titled Invincible. Please watch this episode. Please watch it before you watch my review, because of course, full spoilers. Yeah, I still can't believe they did. Like, you know, I've heard rumors that people were saying that Barry's dad was gonna die, and I didn't see how it was gonna happen. And I even thought, like, at that very end, at the dinner scene, where at the West House, when everyone was there, I thought, man, wouldn't it be some fucking shit if Zoom just showed up right here? And then he did! Man. This is quite something. Oh, man. And that preview for next week is just... oh, damn. And the thing is, I don't even know what's going to happen. I don't even know how it's going to wrap up. But before we predict the future, let's just talk about this episode. Because I know, I apologize if those of you have been looking for them, but I haven't been able to make TV reviews in a few weeks. So, but I'm here now to do them. So anyways, so let's just get into this episode of The Flash. So Caitlin seems to be suffering from a shitload of PTSD, and very rightly so. I mean, goddamn, she was kidnapped for how many episodes, and she was stuck there with Zoom. Yeah, that would just fuck anyone up, and the fact that she sees her everywhere, but. Yeah, that's quite something. But at the very least, I'm glad to see that she is back with the rest of the team now. So that way things will be slightly normal again. Well, as normal as it can be now that Henry's gone. But next, yeah, that's still just left me speechless. I'm still, man, I had everything prepared of what I was going to say, but that, like, right up until the last minute when Zoom's hand just fucking phased right through Henry. Oh, man. Okay, so, the other thing I can say is, we have to talk about Laurel. She came back from the dead, but not really, for this episode, and it just reminds me that of how good Laurel was when she was on that one episode of The Flash, when Joe and Cisco went to Star City. If any of you remember that from season 1, I remember that episode, and I thought her writing and dialogue there was pretty good, and I felt like her dialogue here was pretty good, seeing her as the villain. That was great. It's just seeing her in The Flash is just another reminder of how superior The Flash is to Arrow, and how far downhill that show has gotten. By far each episode that happens of that, the more and more my faith in that show goes downhill. So next up, we have to talk about the vibrational thing. We have to talk about Wally. I thought I really like the strong foreshadowing and the hinting that he's going to be a speedster, and yet we haven't seen anything from him we haven't seen any hint of him getting his powers. Maybe they'll activate much longer, but I like the whole thing with Joe, with him trying to help out, and with Joe being worried about him, and the Flash having to talk to him. And I really liked how he ran over how he ran over Laurel, or Black Siren, how he just ran her ass over, and then he was there to like give him a quick lift. I thought that was a really great scene. I enjoyed seeing that, but I also really liked how confident Barry is. Like the way he acted in this episode very much reminded me of the Barry Allen that we all know and love in the comics. Like it's like he's the closest he's ever gotten to acting the way Barry Allen or the Flash is in the comics. That's what I'm getting from it. And I like how how the episode title comes full circle, because it's called Invincible, and it's almost feels like he's acting as if he is invincible, and that very one thing, his father dying right in front, being murdered in front of him, is the wake up call that shows him, hey, you're not invincible. And it's really great how the symbolisms and metaphors happening throughout everything. But also we have to talk about Cisco and Caitlin dressing up like Reverb and Killer Frost, because it's a bit of a mindfuck, because it's the same actors playing as their different characters doing impressions of themselves. I know, but I thought it was very funny. I liked seeing it. But I wonder though, how exactly did he get Reverb and Killer Frost's costume and wig or hair dye or whatever the hell it was, and the goggles? How did he get them? Or unless Barry was able to get very fast sewing skills, I don't know. But what I can say is I really enjoyed this episode. I enjoyed it a lot. I liked how Barry seemed a bit more confident in wanting to finally start that relationship with Iris. And I'm sorry, but I can't do it now. I have to say it. Seeing how natural Barry and Iris, how natural the lead up to their relationship is, just shows how fucked up and how unnatural Oliver and Felicity are. Still, I'm still talking as a man that's past that's still going through shock of seeing, like, my hands are my hands are going numb from that. But still, this episode was fantastic. I give this, I'll say, I still think the episode last week was better. I think it's because there was more emotion around it, and more of Barry talking about becoming the man he's meant to be. But this one was great too. If last week's episode was like a 9.5, I'd say this is a 9. I really loved it. So, and my God, I kept wondering, how is this season going to end? Because with season 1 with the Reverse Flash, you could see where it was. Like, you could tell, like, this is at the point where it's wrapping up. But here, it's like we're at the penultimate episode of the season, and I still don't know what's going to happen. Like, the previews for next week, you saw, like, a race between Zoom and Flash, and we saw Henry's funeral, and I don't know. And that's the thing I love. It's like, I don't know what's going to happen, and yet I'm still on the edge of my seat. So I absolutely cannot wait for next season. Of course, I can't wait for season 3 of The Flash and what the fuck they're going to continue the show. But I'm just really curious to see how this Zoom thing is going to wrap up. Is Zoom going to die, or is Barry going to end up killing him? We just have no clue. But boy, oh boy, if season 2 finale of The Flash, that is going to be quite the tall order, because I still think that the season 1 finale of The Flash is still the best episode of the series. And just, if there's one thing that Greg Berlanti and Andrew Kreisberg are great at, it's emotional storytelling, and I'm hoping that I see a lot of that in this too. So Anyways, I will see you for my review of the Flash season 2 finale. So I'll see you there. And also, feel free. If you're interested, I've been making a whole Let's Play of me playing through Uncharted 4. And I'm hoping to start doing that after I complete Uncharted 4. I do that for Doom. So if you like video games and if you watch The Flash, I'd imagine you're someone that does. Please check those out. I'd appreciate it. And also, I made a podcast. I spent a whole podcast interviewing Richard Kadri, who is the author of the Sandman Slim series and the Everything Box. And I was very, very, very proud of the work that me and my co-hosts did with that episode. I believe that's the greatest podcast episode I've ever done. So I'd appreciate it if you want to check that out. And also, so yeah, it's the N4G TV podcast, which is on the N4G TV YouTube channel. And also, I'd appreciate it if you supported my channel on Patreon. Of course, it's all, you don't have to give me money, but if you did, I would appreciate it very much, because this is all the path that I want to be doing for my career. I mean, YouTube is what I want to be doing with my life. So anyways, thank you very much for watching, and oh man, I can't wait to see just what the hell how they're gonna wrap this season of The Flash up. So anyways, thank you for watching, and I'll see you for season finale review. Bye.